Hello, dear students. On behalf of This Vidya School, I am welcoming you on e-learning class of Standard 9 Science in chapter number 13 that we are going to that we have already started. Why do we fall ill? So far in this chapter, we have seen that what is the basic difference or what is the basic definitions regarding the health and the disease free. What we can say about the health and the disease free. Okay, we have seen that health is the state of physical, mental and social well-being in which there are lots of conditions that will be requirement for the health. The conditions requirement for the good health are good physical and social environment. It requires most of the good physical and social environment. Also good economics condition. If the economic condition, it means we have enough money to give prior to ourselves, then the poverty will not raise it in again, and then we can say it we will get enough food or we can eat enough food, okay, and that will satisfy our health. The social equality and the harmony, it will be also the necessarily condition. If you learn in the civics or if you are studying the social science, there you are learning that the equality in this generation, that will be the most important thing. In today's time, there will be also the woman empowerment issue is still going on, that the woman is equal to man, okay, and that is true and right in every way, okay, and the harmony, okay. So these are the things that is requirement for the good equality, good health. If these things are provided to us, then we can get the state of good feelings in our body, and that will be considered as the good health. Okay, but what is the disease free? So this is disease free means what? If my body is protected from the diseases from my surroundings, that will be called as the disease free. So we can say that there is a different things. If I am healthy, if these things are provided to me, but still I get the disease, so I am not the disease free, but my health is good. I can say that because my mental state is good, because my physical state is good. So if the disease comes in my body and if it will change the physical state of my body, then it will create the bad health, okay. So that is the conditions requirement, and that is the basic difference between the disease free and the health, okay. So good physical and social environment includes clean surroundings, because if we get clean surrounding, then we can get the good health. Good sanitization, proper garbage disposal, these are all the things, okay. Also we can drink the clean water will give us the good health. These are the things that we have already finished in the previous lecture. Also we have seen what is the healthy and disease free difference, where we have seen it is the state of physical social well-being, it is the states of absence of disease in any bodies, okay. If it refers to the individual physical and social environment, while it refers to only the individuals, the individual has the good health, while we can say that individual may be good health or poor health, okay. These are the difference we have seen. Afterward we have started the types of disease, in which we have seen the acute disease, chronic disease, infectious disease, okay, and non-infectious disease. These are the 4 diseases that we have already studied in this chapter. That the first is acute disease. So what are the acute disease? That disease comes for the short duration in your body, that will be called as the acute disease. So it only lasts long for the short time, like cold, cough, typhoid, cholera. These are the things that will only last for the short time in our body. What is the chronic disease? That will last for the long time in our body and stay where it has, okay. They are called as the chronic disease, like diabetes, tuberculosis. These are the things that we can say that these are the chronic disease, because it will last longer than the acute disease. Now infectious disease, some of the disease will spread through persons to persons, or some of the disease will spread from an infected person to another person from vectors, okay. These are called as the infectious disease. What is the non-infectious disease? That if the disease will not transfer from infected person to non-infected person, these are called as the non-infectious disease. In infectious disease, there are some of the things that is spreading these things, okay, disease from one person to another person. Those are called as the pathogens. Okay, we will be seeing in the next slide that what are the some kinds of pathogens. Causes of disease are like pathogens like viruses, bacteria, fungi. These are the things that will create the disease in our body. Also, we can say that poor health and undernourishment will be creating us the disease in our body. Malfunctioning of body part which gives us the disease of some kind in our body. Environmental pollution, genetic disorder, these are the things. Okay, we have already discussed these topics in the previous lecture. So if you have don't seen this lecture, if you have don't seen that lecture, please kindly I request you to go and see that lecture. I have already discussed all the points there. Now infectious disease, I have already told you that whatever the things that is spreading from spreading the disease from one person to another person are called as the pathogens. So the pathogens are viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoa and worms. We can say that viruses are the infectious agents and they are spreading the common cold, influenza, measles, mumps, chickenpox, AIDS, and also it is transferring the COVID-19. Bacteria transferring, and bacteria is also infectious agent. It will also transfer cholera, anthrax, food poisoning, typhoid, tuberculosis. Okay. Then fungi will gives us the skin infection. Okay, if you hear that, I already told you in previous lecture that if any person has the skin disease or the skin fungal infection, and if you touch there and then if you are touching your body, then after some time you will get this same type of skin infection in your body too. So it means these fungi are also the infectious agent. Okay, because they are transferring from person to person. Okay, then protozoa, we can say that malaria, culture, camobic dysentery, sleeping sickness, these are all the things that will be transferring due to the protozoa. Worms gives us the intestinal infection and elephanticide. In the intestinal infection, I already told you it will gives us the jaundice. Okay. Now through air, whatever the vectors are flowing through the air, they gives us the common cold, tuberculosis, pneumonia, etc. The vectors transferring through the water, they gives us the cholera, amoebic dysentery, etc. The vectors transferring, the vectors given us the spreading through the vectors, they given us the two kinds of diseases in our body, that will be mosquitoes. The mosquitoes will gives us the malaria, dengue, yellow fever, like that. Flies gives us the typhoid, tuberculosis, they are spreading these types of diseases. Through sexual contact we can get the syphilis and AIDS. Okay, so AIDS virus can also spread through the blood transfusion, so we have to be very careful about it. Okay, then we have seen the organ specific and tissue specific manifestation, in which we have seen that that whenever the disease will be spread, or whenever the vector or the whenever food or will goes to some kind of organ, it gives us the specific disease to that organs. Okay, or in the whole body. Like that we can see it here, that microbes which enter through the nose are likely to goes to the lung, bacteria which causes the tuberculosis of the lung. So if you want to memorize that, or if you want to learn that, you can easily learn that microbes will get through the nose. What it gives us? It gives us the tuberculosis of the lungs. If microbes means whatever the microorganisms, okay, through the mouth are likely to go in the gut, they gives us the typhoid, or if they goes to the liver, that gives us the jaundice. Viruses can causes us the AIDS, COVID-19. Okay, and now the new variant of the corona is also spreading in the whole over India. So we have to be very careful about it. Okay, so please I kindly request you to please don't go in the crowd, or please avoid the public seminars. Okay, please I request you. If you don't do it, when we will get the third wave, okay, in India. So for that we have to be very careful about it. We will have to take the responsibility that we don't want the third wave. And so if we don't want the third wave, then what we have to do? We have to maintain the social distancing. Okay, we have to wear the mask, we have to continuously sanitize our bodies, we have to continuously sanitize our hand, okay, and avoid the social gatherings. I kindly request you to please avoid the social gathering, because it will create some kind of scenarios for spreading the coronavirus. Okay, so these are the things that we are look out for. After that, we are seeing the principle of treatment. So how can we treat the disease? When we can do the protection or the prevention of the disease by two kinds of treatment. If we can reduce the effect of the disease, and also we can kill the microbes that are creating the disease. Sometimes the reducing of the disease will be necessary rather than the killing the microbes. Okay, so this can be done by taking medicines to bring down the effects of disease like fever, pain or loose motion, etc., and by taking bed rest to conserve our energy. Okay, so if we want to treat our disease by if we just have to reduce the effect of disease, then what we have to do, then we can take the rest. Okay, it will create us the more energy in our body, and that will automatically get will get reduced in the disease. After that, to kill the microbes, we have to take the some kinds of antibiotics in our body. Okay, or we have to take some kind of medicine. Okay, that will gives us the protection or will get us the treated. Okay, but some of the medicines, if you are taking that, it will automatically damage your some of the organs inside. We can say that some of the headache medicines are coming in the market. If you take them regularly or continuously, it will gives you some kind of infection in your lungs or in your kidneys. So be very, very careful about it. Whatever the medicine or whatever the antibiotics you are taking, it will be safe to your body, and it will not give you any kinds of side effect. So you have to be very careful about that. Okay, we'll be discussing the next topic, and that will be the principle of prevention. And this will be the last topic that we are discussing, and here we can finish our chapter. So principle of prevention, in which we are saying that how can we prevent the disease from happening. So I already told you about the coronavirus, that we can how can we prevent the coronavirus's new wave that is coming in the India. Okay, so we can avoid the social gathering. Like that, likewise that we can how can we prevent the all the other diseases. So general ways for prevention is the first point is the public hygiene. Look, that is the important point. If the public hygiene is not sufficient or not enough, we'll get disease. Okay, obviously. Public hygiene is the most important for the prevention of infectious disease. Proper and sufficient food for everyone will make people healthy to resist infection. If we get the proper and sufficient food, that will create the sufficient amount of energy in our body, and that will automatically reduce the effect of disease in our body. So we'll get hygiene, and we can give the public hygiene. So whoever the persons are now with us will not get disease. Okay, if I am healthy, then the all is healthy. There is a saying that if the wealth is gone, then something is gone. Okay, if the wealth is lost, then something is lost. But when health is lost, then everything is lost. So if your health is good, then you can buy, you can earn money. Okay, in proper way. Okay, but if the money is gone, you can get it back. But if once the health is gone, then you cannot get it back again. So you have to be very careful about your and our health. Okay, so you have to be gives the most priority to the hygiene. You have to be neat and clean. You have to eat proper food. Okay, so you can get the proper hygiene. Airborne disease can be prevented by living in the conditions that are not crowded. Look, if we want to prevent the airborne diseases, like those are the diseases that spreading through the air. If we want to prevent them, we'll have to do or avoiding the situation of the crowd. Okay, if we are not giving the permission to the gathering of the crowds, it will automatically reduce the airborne disease. Okay, that's what we are doing currently. Waterborne disease can be prevented by providing the safe drinking water. So how can we provide the safe drinking water? We can use the filtration plants in our home. We can use the filter plant at industries, and that way they give us the purified water at our home. So this is the way we can prevent. Also, there is some home remedies. If we whatever the water comes in our house, what we are going to do? We are going to do the we are going to heat the water first. Okay, at a mild temperature. Okay. Vector-borne disease can be prevented by providing the clean environment. Okay, so if you want to prevent the vector-borne disease, what we have to do? We have to give the clean environment. We don't. If we are throwing garbage here and there, that it creates the vectors, and it will create the vectors like mosquitoes and flies, and they will spread the viruses from one place to another place, or infected person to uninfected person. So the clean environment is also prevent the vector-borne diseases. The specific ways of prevention, like we have to provide the vaccine. Okay, the specific ways to prevent the infectious disease is the immunization by taking a vaccines. Okay, this is the specific ways. It means we can say that it is the scientific way. Okay, it is a general way that all of us together can do that. Okay, while this is the scientific way in which we are seeing that the vaccine is the thing to prevent the disease. Okay, so you all know about the vaccine, that it gives us the immunity booster in our body. It will create the antibodies in our body that will gives us the protection from our surrounding. Okay, so that's why we are taking the vaccine in today's time. The vaccine provides immunity from infectious diseases like tetanus, diphtheria, whooping cough, measles, polio, and you can now add the new name into that, the COVID-19. Our body has an immune system which fires a microbial infection. When this system first sees an infectious microbe, it kills the microbes and remembers it. So if the microbes enter the body the next time, it responds more vigorously. Vaccines mimic the infectious microbe, and they strengthen our immune system. So this like working like that. If you are going to some new place for war, okay, there the first time the enemies will attack. But if you are you are prepared for it, that enemy will attack you, then second time if they come, then you are ready to fight with them. Okay, so these types of thing will be happening when we are taking the vaccine, because vaccine are the antibodies mean what? It creating the way to fight with whenever the disease come in our body. Okay, so these are the things, and that is the chapter that we are finished, that we are going to finish. Okay, so why do we fall ill? So if you had any so that's it for today. Thank you very much for reading this lecture. If you had any kind of doubt in this lecture, you can ask me in WhatsApp message, or you can ask me personally on my WhatsApp. Okay, and I hope you will be taking care of your parents, and you will be taking care of yourself. Okay, so these are the ways. Please try and avoid the social gatherings. Okay, and if you try, then you can explain to all of your relatives and all of your neighbors. Okay, then they also going to avoid the social gathering. Okay, so if you do that, you are passing a good message, so you have to do that. Okay, so till then, bye bye everyone, and take care of yourself. We will be met in the next lecture. Bye bye.